Manifesting love self-concept. Today, you will learn how to fall in love with yourself. This world starts with you and within you. It starts with your self-concept. Accept yourself. You have to admit to the miracle of your existence, baby. It is first and foremost the fact that you were born and you're happy to be alive and in one piece, while also educated, beautiful, successful for you, and most importantly, unique, is a miracle. You are a miracle, as simple as that. And you cannot minimize that notion in any way, because this world starts with you, within you, and not the other way around. Self-concept is where it all starts, and love self-concept is where we're going to transition by the end of this video. Self-reflection is everything. Take time to reflect on your uniqueness, on your values, your achievements, your goals, and your aspirations. Knowing yourself better and loving yourself to the fullest will lead you to greater self-acceptance and love. And that is what we are going to discover and install into your subconscious mind today. Hello, welcome to my channel and welcome to Natasha's Show episode number 5, Manifest Love Self-Concept and Rewire Your Brain to a better and healthier you. So let's begin, baby. Acceptance of yourself, of being you, is the number one concept, and that is the core of the sweet apple and the belly button of your world, literally. Okay, self-concept and self-love play crucial roles in shaping how you view yourself. It reflects on your external world, how you interact with the world, which does contribute to the society. Your personal reality makes who you are. It makes your personality. When you appreciate and love yourself for who you are, really, you make yourself better. And from that, it reflects on your surroundings, the people that you love, the people around you, the things that you have, the things that you want to have around you. And that shapes your world, because the way you feel about yourself always collapses into a happier world for you from the inside out, okay? Therefore, loving yourself takes you far and beyond. You rewire your brain passages into the mode of self-rebuilding, self-regenerating, and self-healing. It has an incredible power upon your body, okay? Because your brain runs your body from top to bottom, and it is absolutely vital to start working on your own love concept. Okay, love self-concept. Why? Because falling in love with every cell of your body awakens those beautiful hormones that heal your body constantly. It keeps you younger for longer. It makes your telomeres longer. It makes your immune system strong. Love makes you produce oxytocin, the hormone of love, and that hormone of love activates a chain of other hormones, such as endorphins, beautiful hormones, serotonin, GABA, and dopamine. Remember, I told you before that dopamine is actually a very good and powerful hormone, as it is in fact produced by the compartments of your brain, hippocampus and amygdala. Your hippocampus will remember what you did exactly and where you were at that stage when you received the pleasure. And amygdala will bring you back, and it will force you to do what you did again to receive the pleasure. That's what dopamine does. It returns you back to where you were feeling happy and ecstatic, okay? Forgive yourself. Step number 1 to self-love is to forgive yourself. Let go of past mistakes and forgive yourself for any perceived shortcomings, okay? First of all, if there is something you blaming yourself for. Freeze it, freeze that experience, take the motion out of it, take the sound out of it, take a color out of it, make it black and white, okay? Make this picture smaller and smaller, and then store that picture 200 kilometers behind you. It is a past. It is completely gone. It doesn't exist. Learn from it and send it to the moon, okay? Send it to the moon. Just understand that making mistakes is an achievement, actually. It is a progress that comes from the effort you made, okay? You have showed up, you have tried your best, and you have learned, and therefore you have grown an inch or two. So there is no such a thing as a failure. There isn't a failure, as simple as that. Stop beating yourself up, forgive yourself. And if after that exercise, after, removing sound and color and storing it 200 kilometers behind you, if after that exercise it is still sitting in your head and bothering you, and you're still holding yourself responsible for it, you have to revise that to your likings. Like I told you before, you have to take a journal and revise that. Revise it to the wow effect. As I said to you before, revise it to the fiction story. You have to rewrite that story that will make you satisfied with what happened, okay? Now, example, I always thought that I wasn't a good mom to my kids. I thought that I was strict and I didn't give them enough. I thought that I could give them more, That leads to the past events when we were moving the country. And I had to leave them behind in Russia for a few years. And they were just little, It was hard and emotional, and it was hard and emotional not only for me, it was hard and emotional for them as well. So I had to forgive myself. I had to come back in my mind to these years in my past, and I rewrote it completely. To forgive myself, I had to lie to myself that whatever happened didn't. Maybe, yes, we were separated, but we were happy separated. We were having some connections and ongoing, relationship. And I was giving them everything I could, for them to get anything that they needed to get at the point in time. And then I have brought them into the country, but we didn't have such a big gap and everything was running smoothly. If I didn't do that, to the day and to the point, I would have beat myself up still. I would criticize myself as mom, and that would reflect on my external world, which is my kids. So their relationship and my relationship between us are all relying on your internal circumstances, what you think and what is your self-concept, what you think about yourself. It is absolutely critical to forgive yourself. No questions asked why. No questions asked. It is the number one step to revival and number one step to healing. Step number 2, adore yourself. You have to adore yourself for what you are about. You have to ask yourself, what are the talents you possess that you are special for you, okay? The exercise is very simple. You have to ask yourself, what am I good at? And you have to reply to yourself as if no one is watching, Ask yourself and then look right up. When you're looking up, you're accessing a landscape. You're accessing a real picture in front of you. And that allows you to access your imagination. Now you will be able to honestly reply to yourself, okay? Now you will be able to see yourself come out with a concept of what you think you are good at, and then fantasize and play it out. Compliment yourself for that. You can even improvise on things and improve the picture of yourself in your own eyes. We actually all tend to do that. By saying playing it out, I mean improvise on that and improve the picture about yourself. And then you compliment yourself. You hug yourself. Hug yourself, touch yourself. Don't be scared, because that is anchoring, or it's anchoring the opinion, your own opinion about yourself. By touching yourself, you're actually anchoring your own expression of yourself. Okay, hug yourself and say, oh, I am so good. Don't say you are so good, say I am so good. I am so clever. I am wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Who else could do it as good as I do? You have to understand that you have to understand yourself first. And you should also understand that your conviction of who you are reflects on how others think about you. It comes from your envision of yourself, and only yourself. If you think about yourself that you're marvelous and wonderful and amazing, everyone around you will think like that about you, because you are beaming with delight coming of that thought, you know? Also, very important, on day-to-day basis, no matter what you do, whatever it is, a small effort or big effort or no effort at all, sometimes you have days when you don't do really anything, and then you beat yourself up. Oh my gosh, you didn't do anything today. You can't do that. You have to constantly point out little things, even the tiniest things you did. You have to point out and say, hey, you did so well today. You are such an achiever. And then you have to celebrate that. You have to celebrate every achievement, very small achievement, a tiny achievement, a medium achievement, a big achievement. You have to celebrate like crazy person, you know, because it's so important. Self-praising is number one important exercise of all. That brings you to this feeling and emotion of being special. It is very important exercise, and you should do it all the time. I do it all the time. I teach my kids do it all the time. People that are around me, I constantly point, hey, we should celebrate that. You don't have to drink or, you know, go out or do things, do whatever you want, but make it special, you know, celebrate that moment. You have to acknowledge and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may be, you know. Why do we have to do that? Apart from the thing that you have to feel special about yourself, each accomplishment contributes to your growth and self-esteem. We build self-esteem. Also, very, very important, you have to meditate on it until you impress yourself, okay? Go inside of your plenty. Plenty means your safe place, into the lovely place of yours. Whatever it is it a beach, is it warm place in your garden, or it is maybe forest, you know? There will be a special place where you feel very, very safe and comfortable. So go within that place in your imagination, imagine yourself, you know? I actually noticed that when I close my eyes and I roll my eyes up while they closed, I instantly appear in my imagination right here. Sometimes you struggle to be there, but doing that exercise actually gets you there. So close your eyes, roll your eyes up if you are struggling to get into your imagination, and then say to yourself, I am a miracle. I am perfect. I am perfect body and mind and beyond. I am perfect, supramental, higher self. I am love. I am tranquility. I am beautiful. I am so lovely. I am mesmerizing. I love myself to the fullest. I cherish myself fully and utterly. I light up the room when I walk in, wherever it is. I make people's life happier and more meaningful. Everyone loves me, and I love everyone. I am totally free of good or bad opinions of others. I am beneath no one and superior to no one. I am fearless in the face of anything or anyone and all challenges. and anchor it with self-hug, okay? And say, I am, I am, I am. This is your meditation. It's very, very powerful. I'm telling you. This meditation is very, very powerful. I do it all the time when I feel vulnerable or down and out, or every day as a reminder to myself. I lie down, I close my eyes, I put on binaural beats into my ears. You don't have to do that, but I have included links, and I include links in every video of my binaural beats. I have engineered them myself. They help you to get into that theta brainwave where you actually are capable to practice your meditations in much more qualitative way. So I do that. I put my binaural beats in, and I do this affirmation inside of my head, in my imagination. And then after 15 minutes, I'm good as new. Good as new. It's a very powerful morning meditation, actually. Do it. I really recommend doing it. Okay, moving on. Step number 3. Show yourself compassion to yourself. Treat yourself with same kindness and understanding that you would offer to the best friend of yours when your friend is in the most vulnerable moment. If something happened to a friend, and then you give that friend so much attention and compassion, you being gentle to that friend, you know, you're trying to understand what's happening, you're trying to help. Show it to yourself, please do. Show it to yourself. We are so uptight when it comes to ourselves. We are so modest, and we are so conserved, and we don't want to show ourselves our love. But we have to. You must come out to yourself and show exactly the same compassion as you show to your best friend, okay? When you make a mistake or you face any kind of challenge, you know, you have to be gentle with yourself rather than overly critical. You can't criticize yourself at all. We do tend to snap and go, oh, I am so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Don't ever do that. Don't judge yourself, okay? Be very, very gentle and kind. Because to offend yourself is so easy. You remember I told you that ego in you, your ego, your character, your personality, is just a little child. It has no direction. But remember what runs your body. That little child does. It runs your body. It runs all your involuntary movements, your breathing, your organs movement. Everything you do physically is ran by that ego, by your subconscious mind. So you have to cherish it in the end of the day. You have to give it a full admiration. Be very, very gentle and very careful. Choose your words and inner conversation and inner thoughts about yourself. It is absolutely crucial. So be very kind and loving to yourself. Remember, without you, this world doesn't matter. If you don't see that world, it doesn't exist, you know? You are the one. You have to come first in anything you do or don't, and in anything you come across to. I am, I am, I am. That's the concept. I am, I exist. It's amazing. I am miracle. Step number 4, be positive. Positive self-talk all the time. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. Please, please, I beg you, replace negative thoughts straight away. Replace negative thoughts straight away and replace inner conversations with positive affirmations. If there is any negative inner conversation coming in your mind right now, replace it instantly. It's so easy to do. We can be parrots sometimes. Parrots. If something negative comes to you, no, you did this, blah, blah, replace it. You're so wonderful. Just say it. Just push it in. You are so wonderful. You're amazing. You're beautiful. For example, for me, if I start thinking something negative straight away, out of nowhere, something, you know, it just falls on me like, you're wonderful. I am wonderful. I'm beautiful. I'm so good. Blah, blah, blah. Just do that. Replace, replace, replace. And practice it all the time. Contradiction. Contradict every negative thought and every negative conversation with yourself. Any negative self-talk. Contradict straight away. If something negative comes up, replace it with a positive thing straight away. Remind yourself of your self-strengths. Remind and list them. List all your strengths and all your accomplishments out of nowhere. Bring it from the other day, bring it from the hour before, bring it from nowhere. Just bring them and list them. I am strong, I am wonderful, I am so supportive towards my friends, I am this, I am that, and constantly list them. And then that expression brings the impression. You get impressed straight away. And then you lose the track of this negativity immediately. I'm telling you, the more you practice, the better you become. Remember, we have self-serving success mechanism in all of us. We are so amazing when it comes to success. We are built to win. We are built to win and succeed. So remind yourself of all the accomplishments and strengths. Look at the mirror and stare yourself right into the eyes, and say, I am so lovely. I am so beautiful. There is no one like me. I am unique. I am extremely good to myself and others. And I give myself a huge hug in the end of it. So stare yourself in the mirror in the eyes, because eyes are your mirror. This is the full connection with your soul straight away. If you look yourself in the mirror in the eyes and then say all those lovely things to yourself and anchor it with the hug. A hug or touch on the shoulders, but it's very hard to touch yourself on the shoulder. Hug primarily is a huge tool for anchoring good things for your own self. When you're trying to impress yourself, when you're trying to say something to yourself, hugging yourself in the end is a very powerful tool for getting it into your subconscious mind. Okay, it calms that inner child straight away. It's a great tool from neuro-linguistic programming, and it works every time like a magic wand. Step number 5, self-care. Every day starts with you and unity with yourself. You and yourself. This is unity. I am. It's unity. It starts with that. So take care of yourself. It is so important. You and yourself relationships is number 1 of them all. Number 1, prioritize self-care activities that make you feel great, good, physically and emotionally. This starts with exercise, healthy eating, getting enough sleep, and engaging in hobbies that you like to do, activities that you love to do, the most enjoy indulging in. You have to consider all of those things. Quit the job you hate or make yourself love it. Find something interesting, Impress yourself that you don't hate that job or quit it. There is no other choices given to you. You cannot sit on something every day and hate it every day. Stop thinking that you are doing it for money. Money will come flying to you through doing things you love actually. Just dare it. Example from my own life. I quit my job and I changed my profession at once. I couldn't wake up one more day and think that I am miserable. When I was 38 years of age, I woke up in the morning and I said, enough is enough. I will not wake up another day thinking that I am unhappy. So no more, not even one day, I will be thinking and living for the rest of my life doing 9-to-5 job that making me cry every day. What I actually did was I sat down, and it was actually very, very scary. It was scary because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I'm going to do it without the money, and was the scariest part. I had to do something that I really love to do, and that was health science, and I wanted to go and study that, but I also understood that I needed a job. So I was still doing part-time job, and I was studying, and I was doing all the things that I had to do, and I knew it will take me years before the change comes through and I will be able to earn money from it. But I have done it no matter what. And guess what? Money flowed to me instantly and endlessly from that moment on, because I was loving it to the fullest. Yes, it took me time. Yes, to transition from one thing to another thing. I was an accountant, and transition from that to what I'm doing now is completely two different things. So it did take time, but the money never stopped. It always came. I was doing my thing I loved doing, and money came along with it in bigger amounts. I designed the business of my dream. I have designed products that help people, and with that I have changed my life, and I'm doing not from 9 to 5. I'm actually doing probably 24 hours a day of my job, but I love it and absolutely love it. So you have to change what you're doing if it makes you miserable. Be brave. Be brave. I am telling you, universe is with you. It's combined in you. You will never be left alone. Your world is always taken care of. Okay, you are safe to do that. You just have to dare. Back yourself up with everything you've got. Step number 6, set boundaries. Start dating yourself. Okay, you have to date yourself. You and yourself needs to come first. Establish healthy boundaries in your relationships with people to protect your well-being. Learning to say no when necessary is number one important aspect of self-love. Okay, first and foremost, you must do things that make you happy. You number one. You have to be happy about yourself and everything you're doing, and it is as simple as that. If you have to do for your well-being exercise first thing in the morning, do it. If you have to meditate for 30 minutes in the morning to feel better, to start your day, do it. Take time and do it. Wake up a little bit earlier and do it. But this is self-care. You have to exercise, and you have to meditate for your own well-being, because exercise is circulation, and meditation, it calms down your hormones. It calms down. Instead of releasing cortisol, now you're releasing oxytocin, you're releasing endorphins and all other good hormones that help you function. So that has to come first. It is you. And set the boundaries. Tell everybody you need this. This is for you to be healthy, for you to be lovely to others. You have to be lovely first. You have to come first. You have to take care of yourself, okay? In doing so, you will feel better, and you'll be better for yourself and for others. If it is to have a night out or night to your own self, if it is that you have to watch a movie by yourself or go to a restaurant by yourself, do that. Do exactly that. If it is to catch up with your mates or friends and have a day off or day together, spend together, or evening together, do that. It is important. Do never neglect yourself and your desires. If you feel like doing something, do that. Make a time. You are number one. For example, I always took care of myself. I always hired nannies for my kids, and I always went out. I did things that I had to do, and I never felt guilty about it, because I do give them all of myself. I sacrifice myself. I do everything for them, and then I'm exhausted, So who is going to save me? Your mental health and the self-concept comes into the place right here. Your mental health is so important. You have to take care of yourself. It's an opportunity cost. This is what we learned in business school, first thing when I was studying. Opportunity cost. You are a wonderful mother. No one can replace that. But then when you've done your duty, the nanny can come in and replace you. Simple as that. And during that time, you can go and rebuild yourself and restore yourself and get yourself happy and ready for the next time to come. Life carries on. Kids grow up and then they leave us, and then a lot of women get unwell because of that, because we constantly think we're not good enough, we're not enough, we have to give more, You're giving enough. I'm telling you right now, you're giving enough. You are a wonderful, wonderful mom. You're a wonderful dad. You have to take time off and go away and do your thing, okay? Okay, moving on. Step number 7. Surround yourself with positivity. Make yourself delusional. Positivity is number one. Spend time with people who support you and uplifting you. These people that uplift you are your number one crew. They have to be in your life, okay? Cultivate relationships that are nurturing and extremely supportive and positive for you. Do not spend time with people that drain you down, they drain your energy or give you negative emotions. Set boundaries. Boundaries are so important. If, for example, your spouse or boyfriend or partner brings you down, do not let them. How you do not let them? By rebuilding the concept of your relationships in your head first. You have to do that because you build perception about this person doing it to you. Do not let them do that first in your imagination. Practice the picture with them in it, doing completely different thing. Do you think it's not reflecting on your three-dimensional reality? It does. I actually do it all the time. I told you before and I'll tell you again. Command your three-dimensional reality. Your partners and your boyfriends and your spouses, they are in your reality that way because you imagine them that way. Change your imagination or change it in reality, but do it. You have to do it. You have to surround yourself with positive things, as simple as that. This topic is for a different video, okay? Spouses, SPs, boyfriends, girlfriends, all this. I will make a different video about that. But moving on, making boundaries, you have to command your second half, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, in your imagination, building situations and relationships your way, the way you want. Fantasize, get excited, fantasize about good things and they will happen. You have to revise. I told you that before. You have to revise what happened before. Didn't go your way. You have to revise it. And then the next time it will appear. It just appears that way, you know? Because everything starts with you. In everything you do, everything starts with you. And you are powerful and you can change it anytime you want. The same applies for friends and friendships and other people in your life. If somebody drains you down, you don't have to break up relationships. Don't do that. But again, reimagine these relationships different way and they will reflect into your 3D reality. I practice it all the time. It happens to me every time. If I'm not happy with my relationships with my friends, or somebody is annoying me, or something is going on in a sideshow with people that bringing me rather than pleasure but negative emotions, I go and revise this and then I rewrite that play and I say we don't see each other very often and we see each other only when I start to miss that person, and then we catch up again and we do catch up again, and when we do catch up again, it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. That person no longer drains me down because first of all I put my boundaries in place, not by saying that person, hey, I'm not going to see you, but I rewrote the play. And I told you before, your thoughts transpiring, they do transpire. You send the parcel and that person receives it. You don't have to be negative. You can be extremely positive. You can command your replay, your script. This is how it's going to go, and that's happening. That's it. I also do meditations and I film in my meditations to help from within, you know. I close my eyes, I go into my imagination as I told you, and then I say to myself, I am so lovely. I am surrounded by loveliness, by love, passion and compassion, and I am surrounded by only professional, lovely, compassionate people. Everyone loves me and I love everyone. I forgive everybody and everybody forgives me. And I do it in my affirmations and I repeat it again and again, and instantly after 15 minutes I feel great. I already established everything in me, you know. My friendships are wonderful, everything is going around me wonderful, people are coming to me, are only people that are kind, compassionate and lovely. This is what I say in my affirmations, and this is my meditation for 15 minutes at least. And I do it every day because this is how you set up your day. I also I give thanks for being surrounded by lovely and kind and compassionate people and professional people as well, because when you do business and you work with somebody, this is your not friends, but these people are around you and you work with them and you cooperate with them, so they have to be lovely as well. So you do say that in your affirmation, and that reflects in your reality, as simple as that. And then when you start your day, you lead by example, of course. You lead by example. You express love and positivity. You ignore negativity. And when it comes to social media, for example, you delete negative comments and you do not engage with them. People can be brutal sometimes, and they will be brutal because people are people. You can't control others. You can only change in your mind. So why to engage? Just do not engage. Especially when it comes to social media or texts, negative text. You can't engage in negative text or comments. I personally never engage with negativity at all. I personally delete negative comments because if people share negativity, they are not strong people. They're vulnerable people, and these people need a lot of help. They do need a lot of help and a lot of love and positivity. They can't send negativity to those people, so you don't engage. Engaging with these people will prove no point at all. It will only aggravate the situation because these people need to change their self-concept. They have to transition into love self-concept, The fact that they treat somebody with disrespect and dislove and hate, it is because they don't love themselves. It comes from within, only from within. Plus, it rings the bell about their weakness. Someone, for example, commented on my piano video. Like, I posted that piano video for my stepfather because he was diagnosed with dementia. And that person said to me, ha ha ha, work on your timing. This is ridiculous. Your timing is off. And that straight away told me all about the piano skills of that person, because I've been trained as a pianist and I performed a lot in my life, and I performed in front of people, in front of huge crowds, and I know what timing is. There is no timing when it comes to music. When you learn, when you memorize, when you worked on a piece, everything is done. You feel it out. You cry the song out of you. You cry it out. So it's a flow, it's a movement, and there is no time in movement. It just flows. It flows like a song. It flows beautifully, and there is no timing. So straight away it told me about the skills of that person. No skills, okay? Because that person is judging itself, he or she cannot play. And all they think about when they play is timing and metronome, and how to time yourself. And you're not good. It comes from there. But when you know that piece backwards, you don't have to know time. I play blind. I close my eyes. I'm flowing, baby. I'm flowing. So I don't have to know about anything. I flow. I give my feelings. I share. And that's how magic happens. So why would I engage with the person? Instead of listening to my music, he or she picked at me and then judged me and then commented in most horrendous way. I actually felt really, really bad for a while there. I had to go away and revise that comment completely. If the person comments like this, it obviously struggles with the rhythm itself and playing music. And I feel so sorry about it, but I can't help. But all I can do for me is do not engage in the comment. When person needs help, you just step away. You step away, you revise that, and say to yourself, I have received compliments. It was so awesome. Somebody said to me I was absolutely marvelous. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And that will make you feel that way. And then you will elicit emotion, and that emotion will carry you to the next day. That's it. Done. Win-win-win situation, really. Let's round up this episode. One has to understand that only love and compassion will help and save one another, and no other. Nothing else will do that. Everything else is a sideshow. If you have nothing positive to say, Keep it to yourself and work on it. Revise, revise, revise until you make good things come from you to your own self and then to others. It is so important to select your thoughts and inner conversation like you select your clothes when you leave the house. Start loving yourself today. Falling in love with yourself. Fall in love. Pick your thoughts and inner conversations coming from love and with love, and external world will reflect, and that will turn your life into the bay of plenty, love, tranquility, and prosperity and abundance. And just before you know it, you will be living your dream life, baby. Start practicing it today and turn your everyday life into dream, into a happy dream. Practice, practice, practice. Script it every day. Revise your day every night. You will feel it in your bones when you're writing it down, that revision happened, and that will reflect. It will make you feel better. It will release emotion about it, and the next day will flow. Not only that, that will slowly rewire little by little your subconscious mind, and it will make it better and better and better and better again. Old habits will be then replaced by new ones, and you will feel great, and you will want to share love and tranquility and happiness with others, and the world around you will change. I want you to know how amazing you are. You are amazing. You are lovely. You are powerful. You are lovely. You are genius. You are marvelous, and you can achieve anything you want. Okay? Anything you want. I believe in you. I love you. And I mean it. And I am always here, only one step of the way. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you next time.